You don't have money to buy a new phone and then you want to buy a second-hand phone from a friend or somebody. These are the list of things you need to check before you buy a second-hand phone. The first thing you need to check is the receipt of the phone. If you go to the receipt of the phone, if you are with the receipt of the phone, make sure you have receipt, because you could buy a stolen phone. So for you not to buy a stolen phone, the first thing you need to do is you go to setting. If you go to setting, you come to general. If you go to general, you go to about. If you come to about, you check if the model number and the serial number written on this phone here is the same thing with the one written on the receipt. That is the first thing you check. If the model number and the serial number is the same thing with the one you are seeing on the receipt, that is when you confirm that yes, this phone actually belongs to this person you want to buy it from. That's the first. So the second thing you need to check is you check if there is any crack at the back or on the screen. If there's any screen guard, you have to remove the screen guard to check if there's any crack on the screen guard, on the screen, sorry, not the screen guard. Because some people, they want to sell a phone that the screen is cracked. They will now buy a new screen guard to cover it up. So you must remove the screen guard that is there to check if there is any crack on the screen. That's the second thing you need to check. Then the third thing you need to check is you look at the bottom here. If you look at this the bottom here, you see if the two screws are well tight. These two screws, if one of them is loose, then probably they have opened this iPhone before. So you are buying an iPhone that they have already worked on before. So that is that. So the next thing you will check is, once you open the phone, the next thing you will check is you go down to you open setting. If you open setting, you go to Face ID to check if this phone has Face ID. You click on Face ID and password. You put in your password. Immediately you put in your password, then you click on Set Up Face ID. You click on Set Up Face ID. You click on Start. You see, they will tell you that this Face ID is not available. So this particular phone I'm holding does not have Face ID. So if you are going to buy this iPhone, then you must reduce the price, because the price of this iPhone, the value has reduced because it does not have Face ID. So the next thing you are going to check is you bring down the screen like this, and then go to this part where you can increase the brightness. Press and hold it. If you press and hold it, if you did not see this last thing here, true tone, if you did not see this last thing here, true tone, it means that they have changed the screen of this phone. So, and if the screen has been changed, that means the screen is no longer the original one it comes with. So the value has reduced. If you are going to buy it, if you still want to buy it, then you have to reduce the price because the screen has been changed. So the next thing you are going to do for me is you go over to record. You go over to the record, this voice. Go to utility, go to voice memos. You click on voice memos, and then you tap on it for you to record. You just say anything at all for you to make sure that the mouthpiece is okay. If you are making call, there will not be problem. So you now stop it. Then after stopping, you play it. To record, you just say anything at all. So this one will now help you to check equally the speaker. You see both the speaker and the mouthpiece is okay. So this phone is probably something I would want to buy. So the next thing you are going to check for me is, if you come to setting again, you probably want to check if the internet connection is working. You come here and check if the Bluetooth is on and offing. If it's on and offing, you check even the Wi-Fi. If it is on, you can search on Wi-Fi to see if the Wi-Fi is working perfectly well. So this one is searching. So the next, just check everything here if they are working. Check on the internet. You can equally want to make call to verify if this thing is working. You can just dial a number to verify it is working. You browse on the internet to see if the internet is working. This one, the internet is working perfectly well. So the next thing we are going to check, just make sure that everything around this place is working. Even the hotspot, you check if the hotspot is on in, and then you turn it off, and then you make sure that everything here is working. Then the next thing you have to check for me is the camera. You go to the camera. If you go to the camera, please make sure you are checking all the lens. You check the 2x, you check the 1x, you check the 0.5x. If it is not shaking at all, then the camera is okay. You go to the video part of the camera and check the 3 of them as well. You check the 3 of them. Then you go to just check all these things. You see this particular one that it is shaking. So this phone has camera fault. You see the way it is shaking. So the next thing you will check is just check all these things, the portrait, everything here, and make sure that it is working perfectly well. So if there's any other thing you want to check on the iPhone before you buy, please tell us on the comment section so that somebody will not buy a wrong phone. So the next thing and the last thing I think you're going to check is you click on the Apple your iCloud and try to sign in. You sign in manually and know if the Apple ID is going to sign in. If it's going to sign in, then probably this is an original iPhone and not a fake iPhone. So I think that is all for now. If there's any other thing you feel I have not checked, please tell me on the comment section. May the peace of the Lord be with you. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe. There's a video on how to set in your iCloud if you have forgotten your iCloud password, so you can use the video on the screen to check it out. Thank you very much. Bye bye.